Hello my dear twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm going to be doing your daily energy check today. As usual, we're going to take a look at your energy, well, actually the energy of divine feminines, divine masculines, and the energy of the connection at this time. We're also going to pull an oracle card for each twin, and today I decided to go with the wisdom of the oracle, the classic, but I haven't done it for a while, so we'll see what comes up. There will be some guidance, of course, and also I feel guided to get an answer for the question of what divine masculines are dreaming for their life at this time. What's on their mind? What's the dream come true according to divine masculines right now? So we're going to take a look at that as well. Right, let's get started. And I'm using the Thelma deck today, the magical one, like I can call it. It's very beautiful art. So it's going to be divine feminine energy first, then divine masculine, and then the connection. And of course, this is a general reading, but if it resonates with you, please comment, like, share, subscribe. For those who already have, I'm very grateful for you guys for supporting my channel. And by liking or commenting on the reading, you're helping me to circulate them with more people. If you're interested in a private reading or a coaching session, a twin flame coaching session, don't hesitate to contact me on my email address in the description box below, and we can figure out the details. And of course, if you're interested in love readings, tarot love readings by zodiac sign, you can check out my other channel that's called Mindful Bamboo. I'm doing there the readings on a regular basis for different signs. Oh. Four of Cups. All right, interesting. So the underlying energy is Ace of Cups. Wow, unconditional love. Look how beautiful it is. Always, that's the deal. Let's pull some clarifiers. For the F energy, please. For DM energy. Alright. And don't miss this weekend, I'm doing a special additional reading for the new moon in Virgo, which is happening next week between Monday and Tuesday. So I don't know what the format is going to be like yet. I have to think about it, but watch out for that. All right, wow, 4 wands, oh my gosh. Clarify for unconditional love is twin flame union. There's so much depth in it though. It seems so cliche, you know, so obvious for those who have been on the twin flame journey, at least for a few months. But the thing is that it's A, not that easy at all, and B, it's true that while working through our negativities, through our blocks, doing the inner work, really what we're doing is we're learning what that unconditional love is. Love to yourself, and then love to your twin. You know, it could be love to your children. But the general idea is the same. And usually, as twin flames, we didn't have the chance to learn this in our childhood from our parents, who were supposed to love us unconditionally. But we all have our own story of why that didn't actually happen that way. Or there was love, and there was a lot of things that were not unconditional love. So we have to learn through doing this work and releasing all these burdens. And ultimately, by the time we actually are in a good place and we exercise this unconditional love, that's where we get union. Not before that, not the other way around. It's just not gonna work. So that was an important message for some of you. All right, let's get to the reading. Divine Feminines. Looks like you are going through some tough times. Have 10 of Wands, 10 of Wands and the Sun, clarified by 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and the Hermit. It's a lot of struggle. It's I'm not even getting emotional pain. It's more like the weight on your shoulders is so heavy. Like it's almost like you can feel that physical heaviness of all the stuff that you've got going on in life. That you don't see the joy easily anymore. You're trying, you're working on it. You kind of see it as your goal, but right now it's just not happening. And you're getting yourself into that cycle in your mind where there is an internal conflict, because on the one hand you feel obligated to have all of those things in your life and to work on like in all of those areas, but on the other hand you understand, and that hermit mode is helping you see that that's not the way. So by just stretching yourself too thin over all those things, you're not gonna get to the sun energy, to the joy and happiness. So it's time to recognize another pattern, so it seems, and to go through some healing. Or at least I know from my own experience of how difficult it could be to kind of, like obviously if you have too much that you have to juggle and you are starting to see, sometimes a little bit too late, but well, better late than never. You're starting to see that it's taking too much of your energy and it's not, something's not right? So you can't keep doing this anymore. You have to quit something, to take at least some of the stuff out of your list, so that you can actually feel better yourself, take care of yourself, and also you're going to be more productive in those things that remain in your like awareness and on your mind and in your life. But a lot of times it's not easy to choose, and that's the whole problem, because if it was easy you would have done it a long time ago. But yeah, that's where the hermit mode helps to go within and feel what is not, because obviously you need to quit something that's not working to your happiness. It's not adding value in your life. It's counterproductive to what your soul and your essence want. So in order to understand what that is, out of something that seems like the list of things that are mandatory in your life, it's important to go within and to connect to your higher self, connect to the divine, and have an honest connection, an honest internal conversation about that. And you will get the answer right away. And then of course you can get some confirmations, you can ask additional questions, you can ask for a sign, but you will know already. And then again, the next step is of course, how do you do that? Because if it was something that was a big part of your life, or you have other people involved who rely on you, again, this could be one of the excuses not to go for it. But please, please, please do not see that as an excuse, and just, you can prepare yourself, or you can, what I do sometimes if I have one of those cases is I'm trying to see whether I can turn things around so I can make it work. Like A, it's not going to exhaust me, B, it's going to be something that brings value, because I've identified that that is not bringing value at the moment. There's a lot more of burden and heaviness and pain rather than joy and happiness, right? So that's something that's like has to go. So what I'm trying to do sometimes is I'm trying to see how I can turn it around. And let me tell you, like 90% of the time it's not working. And I've actually tried and delayed taking that decision. But at the end of the day, it still comes to that. It's just like, okay, you wanted the confirmation, you got your confirmation. You suffered for longer, really. But if you are new to this process, that could be something so you can feel better about it, because you kind of like, you're saying to yourself then, well, I've tried to work on it, I've tried to see how it can work, but like I talked to those other people to find some compromise, but we didn't. So there we go. Divine masculines, you've got the Hangman, Six of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles clarified by Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, it's very interesting, because remember I mentioned unconditional love at the beginning. So Divine masculines actually looking into unconditional love from the perspective of, do I deserve unconditional love from anyone? Because again, like I mentioned, all of us twin flames, feminines, masculines, we usually go through some tough times in our childhood where we don't get unconditional love from parents. And that creates a pattern where we feel like we need to deserve love, that there's always some underlying factor and that that's okay, which is not, of course. But yeah, that's what they're contemplating, let's put it that way. And you see the handman like trying to see it from a distance, like, so what's that unconditional love? How does it work? Because they're used to all this kind of like give and take, but with this card today, I'm getting that it's usually about, it's very pragmatic and what's it called, material, right? So what can I give you? What can you give me? It's not always equal in terms of like we need to put in the same amount of money, right? It could be that one person like feels like they already bring a lot to the connection, just who they are or how they are or what they look like, whatever, right? And that means they think that the other person needs, for example, to compensate if they don't have the same position. They need to compensate with either money or attention or something else. But it's always like all these transactional relationships. That's what they're looking at. It's like, that's not unconditional love. Maybe recognizing some of those in their life right now. And the connection energy, Four of Cups, clarified by Page of Pentacles and the Emperor. Yes, and I'm actually looking at the Four of Cups in this deck as at the new opportunity. And twins asked to be entrepreneurial with this energy, with this idea that you have. Kind of run with it, especially now that we're in the Virgo season. It's the earth sign, right? A sign that works hard and achieves a lot. And they're not afraid to start from the bottom, you know, go from the bottom up, or start from zero, start with something brand new that they've never tried before. So yeah, you can just run with that Virgo energy. You can start small and get yourself to the Emperor in whatever that idea is, in whatever new area you feel like you need to pursue. You're right about that. If you needed a confirmation, you're right. Now it's time to take steps. Even if you're gonna feel like a Page of Pentacles in that area. It may not be comfortable if you're already an Emperor in some other areas, but this is gonna bring you happiness. So please don't get that opportunity to get away. All right, Oracle cards for Divine Feminines first. What's the advice? Okay, we've got Truth Be Told. Yeah, number 14 or 5 could be important to you. It's very important to stay honest with yourself. I'm getting this right now. And that's where, again, we've talked about all those burdens, right? And absence of joy. Only when you recognize that you're actually bringing it on yourself, you know, be truthful about that some of those things on your list. It may not even be a long list, but it just means that still each area takes a lot of your resources. Be truthful with yourself that you don't owe to anyone to be doing all of those things, and be that not each and every one of them brings value to your life. It may seem so on the surface, but if you really feel into it, you'll know the truth. Okay, Divine Masculines, what's the advice? We've got No Place Like Home. That's nice. Yeah, so there is this 50 or 5, so also number 5. 5 is a lot about changes, right? It's transformation, it's getting into a new state. So with Divine Masculines contemplating how they deserve unconditional love and what that's like, they're feeling their Divine Feminines at this point in time. They have this feeling of them being home, you know, of that feeling like you give somebody a hug and you feel like, yeah, that's my family, that's it, like a part of me, you know, like with somebody very, very close. And your heart starts like going, oh, kind of like that. They're thinking, they're in that energy today. And you see how much dark blue and purple is there. So their third eye chakra and crown chakra are working, are activated. They're connecting with the divine and with their divine family through Divine Feminine through 5D. And that's the message they're sending, that Divine Feminine is a home to them. And they almost like, this feeling is addictive. I'm getting the message. The same as receiving unconditional love, right? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna quickly pull some cards for what Divine Masculines are dreaming about right now, are wishing for on their conscious mind. So this will be the 3D spectrum. Let me just get my cards, do a quick shuffle. What are they wishing for in their 3D? Divine Masculine Collective. What are you daydreaming about? All right, thank you. So we've got 9 of Swords, King of Pentacles, and 5 of Swords. Yeah, so definitely it's about the dreams, some stuff in the dreams. And what I'm getting here is that they feel like they haven't been themselves in their life so far. Like, it seems on the surface that they have been fairly successful, that they have people around them, they have their status, they have a career, you know, it all looks fine on the paper, but I don't feel like it's true them. It's like they had to be somebody else in order to get that victory, right? It was the shallow victory with 5 of Swords here. They learned the game, and it was easy for them to understand what's the key to success, what kind of qualities do I need to possess, or how do I behave to get that job, that person, that money, whatever, right? That status. And they are fairly successful in that, but they don't feel happy still, because it's not true them. And that's what they realize on the one hand, right? But they have this, they're striving for this King of Pentacles energy. It's not even a knight, it's a king. That's where they see themselves. That's what they're wishing for. Maybe they don't have the specific plan yet, but something deep down is telling them that they are here for something much, much bigger and better. And it's a matter of time when they find what it is and how to get there. But they have this image of kind of like down the road, what that could be like. And that feeling of being happy, whatever that's gonna mean. So I'm also hearing a message that this is gonna encourage them to look for some steps to find what that is. Find their passion, their calling. Something where they don't have to pretend, where it just happens naturally to them, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. Right? Because our calling is not supposed to be hard. Our mission, right? That's really the key thing for twin flames. Our mission is not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be, well, not easy, but you know, it's supposed to be kind of like light-hearted and joyful, and bring happiness and inspiration. Okay, I hope this has been good for you, twin flames. Thanks very much for being with me, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye, guys.